Okay, YouTube, we are back with the next scenario in the Panzer General 2 long campaign, which is Norway. So, ended the last scenario, which was Suomussalmi, until got the uh, got the prototype unit I wanted, which is this Panzer 38, which is actually a copycat tank. Um, Czechoslovakia or maybe even Poland, I don't know, but it was not a German original design. I guess they reverse engineered it and came up with the Panzer 38. And as you can see by the stats down here, there's not a huge difference between the Panzer 3E and the 38. 38 does carry more fuel, less rounds. It's a little bit better defended, but the attack values are the same. So here's a look at our army. Now we have 5 tank units, 3 towed artillery, a couple of recon, a couple of pioneer, and then 2 Stukas along with a fighter. We still don't have a whole lot of prestige to deal with. So what I'm going to do, I could upgrade this 38, this inexperienced 38, to a 4D, which is now available. You see the cost is 252 prestige. By the way, I'm sipping a Guinness Extra Stout as I play. But it's generally better to go ahead and reassign or disband this unit and just purchase a new one. And of course, that's with 5 units, that's going to be a little heavy on the anti-personnel side, but that's kind of what we want. So we'll reassign, and then we'll just go back in and purchase a brand new 40 for 252. And actually, I forgot what I started with, but I believe we still come out a little bit ahead with 1629 as opposed to the upgrade. Everything else looks pretty good here. We are going to need another recon unit, so might as well go ahead and get it, as well as a fighter, and another Stuka would be great. So let's kind of go in that order. We think, and actually another pioneer unit would be good. So a lot to buy, but with not much. So let's go with our pioneer first. And a fighter. And what else did it say? Oh, recon. So we're getting low, but we're looking in pretty good shape here. Those are both already over strengthened. Don't do a lot of over strengthening on my other than my air and artillery units because it's so expensive, and it's just hard to keep that up. That's actually a 4C, which would be with his experience. Let's see if we can upgrade the 4C if we can afford it. 168. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So now we should have all 4Ds or three E's. Okay, it's a pretty good little balance. Actually, do have a little bit of prestige left over to play with, and enough for Stuka. The weather on this one is hit or miss to start with, but we'll go ahead and get that extra Stuka definitely comes in handy. This is a fun little scenario. It's a little shorter, so I might be able to get it done. And I probably still have to split it with 10 turns. Okay, so before we get to deployment, again, the strategic map. So we're deploying around here, okay, we're in this German airstrip. So that's our first victory objective. Our second one is here, which is an airfield, but in the way is this town, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So we'll deploy around this city, have to take this town out, which is pretty well defended. From there, this airfield's defended, this town is defended. It's kind of racing. This will be the smaller. We'll split into kind of two groups. Smaller group here after breaking through here, taking the airfield. We'll continue racing north along the lake. Much bigger deployment. Most of our units will be here. This is pretty well defended Hamar. Take us probably a couple of turns to take it. We'll send a small little detachment over here to take this city for extra prestige, as well as this one, where the main group will follow this road through the mountain pass to take the airfield here, which is defended, maybe not heavily, but a very stubborn unit. And then both elements will kind of meet to take Lillehammer from the west and the east. So it's a fun little scenario. All right, so here actually I usually have an additional artillery piece. Totally forgot that. And it's raining. And I don't have enough to buy another one since I bought the Stuka. We'll go ahead and deploy the air units to get them kind of out of the way. And back to our ground. And this is where tanks will really pay off. I'm going to put him here, here. The most, well, we're going to need two of these guys over here. I kind of, on the smaller units, I kind of like to go with more experience, because they don't have nearly the number of units. An extra artillery piece is, we'll see how this plays through. I may have to do this. I may have to replay this one and lose the extra Stuka. I think that's all we can do. Okay, bad weather. Really can't see anything, so we'll have to use our Stukas or aircraft for spotting. And then we have an artillery here, as well as an infantry and another infantry here. And then to the east, we have another couple of infantry units. Generally don't come into play yet. There's one. Get our fighters deployed. The game does this. Sometimes we'll jump over to another airbase. Just make sure you know where you are before you deploy, because you can't undeploy. We'll keep our fighters close. And the air units, enemy fighters are extremely prolific, so keep that in mind. Alright, so we've done all our deployment. You see that's grayed out. This is where that extra artillery piece really comes in handy to start weakening that unit. So we can get a overrun. Dude, he should actually still be out of spotting range. Don't want to pull him all the way up yet. Keep him out of spotting range. Now this artillery can hit the infantry, but not the artillery. So we'll pull them both up. Extra artillery also kind of helps take this unit out and the other infantry. We'll see if we can get a surprise here. I still think it'd be great to be able to buy another. No, we don't have enough. Not nearly enough. We're really going to miss that artillery. Mainly because they can fire rain or shine. Then we have infantry here and an artillery piece back here. Which, because the rain, he can't even see, but we want to get our artillery in place. Okay, and that's all we can do for this turn. And still bad weather, which totally sucks. Our turn 2. Alright, we need to be able to see this artillery to start blasting it. We definitely don't want to leave him up here, so we'll kind of back him out. Alright, turn 2 over here. Should be able to start weakening that artillery. trick will be getting to it because of the influence. Let's see if our recon can snake over there. Okay. That's our inexperienced. Here's our experienced. You see, because of the artillery and they're dug in. Could probably even hold off any more there. Probably could have waited to move him up. Alright, so our air units, we're just about going to have to leave this new Stuka since we don't have artillery. Alright, now with our aircraft, we can at least see that artillery piece over here by Chevek. You can't attack, but just to get a look at the defenses. And since they're still out of sight, maybe we'll get a surprise. Maybe this unit will move in defense and give a nice little surprise attack. And I believe that's all we can do. Okay. Oh, the weather really sucks this time. Okay, so he's spending his prestige. Again, patience, we'll keep pounding that. Artillery, we'll keep units adjacent, so it makes it harder for him to re-up, resupply. Probably wait still to move him up there. We can resupply everybody. So you usually need it. The recon of that. Okay. And over here, he kind of took the bait. He spent some prestige on his artillery there. We need to get through here now. Quit kind of screwing around. So we got that. So we'll get to town. and race north. So now we got to get rid of the infantry unit here. Well, it helps a lot. Yeah. And race north. And him. And him. And him. We might even have enough to buy our. Nope, still not enough. We need 360. Yeah. Guess we'll wait one more turn. Hope he'll race west in defense of Lillehammer. And that's about all we can do. And finally, the weather breaks, which is awesome. All right, we'll waste no time getting our Stukas involved. So here, we're going to go ahead and give him the bait. I'm not going to attack yet, because it's not, I really need to kind of conserve this guy. But I'm going to give him the bait and see if he'll attack with this artillery and support. Over here, of course, the Stuka is going to have to not much. These are usually a bit of a pain. Let's see. Still not enough. And these guys are all going to follow this little road toward this airfield. Try to get them up there as quickly as possible. Particularly the artillery. I think we're good. that sucked. Weather should be good for the duration. Alright, he didn't take the bait over here. See if our Pioneers can finish this off. They do. Maybe our 3 can finish this guy off. It does. And some more opposition. Ah, there's our fighter. Okay. Now let's see if we can slip this artillery in range of the airfield, but also maybe a turn away from the next city up here, Beery. Right over here. That super sucks. Really need to get rid of this guy, or he's just going to keep coming back. We barely have enough for our artillery unit. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and get it. We're going to need him in upcoming scenarios. Anyway, it's just going to take a while to get him in position, a couple turns. Get him booking that way. I guess the only way to be sure. That does give some experience for the Stuka. Don't really want to put him up there in harm's way much. I am going to race on north and get this northernmost city for the prestige, and then the movement here. Okay, so that's one pretty tough unit with the leader. All right. Okay, still good weather, which is great. We've broken through here, which is awesome. Yeah, 4D you can, or 4D. Let's see if our 3D you can get a break, an overrun. Yeah. Let us maybe clean up with air. Oh, maybe our 3D. No, that's not what I wanted. Actually, let's take a look at experience. Yeah, probably 4D needs to do the, yeah. Get the overrun. Let's see. That way you can't see where 3D goes. Yeah, we can go ahead and start spotting. And bringing him up. And maybe soften him a bit. Actually, let's not do that. Let's try to bait this fighter. Not there. With my bomber, by just putting the bomber in spotting range. And then supplying an escort that he can't see. We can get an out of the sun attack. That would be super. Okay, so artillery's getting up there. Okay, and here. Probably in range of this guy now. And he's going to be able to see there and there, but not here. And that fighter can do enough damage if these guys are limbered. It can do enough to be significant. Alright, we will probably call this and finish up in another video. So I'm going to save in progress. And I'll come back for the exciting conclusion. Alright, thanks guys. Please remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you in just a bit with the conclusion.